The Wisconsin Badgers were an injured team last year, won only 15 games, but got better late. Here's their head coach, Greg Gard.
Returning all 5 starters from last year's team, including unanimous preseason All-Big Ten selection, Ethan Happ. Coach, if you'd like to start with an opening statement, and then we'll open the floor for questions.
Sure. Thank you, Sophic. I almost wore that jacket today. Good thing we would have clashed up here. We're about 11 days into practice and excited about our group. Really, they've come to work every day, and obviously, as you just heard, we got pretty much everybody back from last year. So to be able to start, hit the floor running, so to speak, and how they've competed in drill work, how they've competed in some short scrimmage situations we've been in. Competition has been extremely high. It's a group that's really hungry and eager, and obviously having that much experience back has helped us expedite things through here the preseason, albeit you take it step by step. So we're excited about where we're at and the potential for this group, where they go, and how they can grow. Like I said, looking forward to continue to grow through the rest of this month and jump into games in November.
All right, we'll open the floor for questions. Third row on the right.
Hi, Michelle Bruton, Aussie Media. So Ethan Happ's usage has grown every season, spiking to over 35% last year. I know you've got a lot of guys coming back from injury, but is there any reason you think that trend won't continue this year?
In terms of growing?
His usage percentage, yeah.
Well, I think obviously you've got a young man that brings a lot of experience back. And just looking through things with him statistically, what he's done for this program, he's going to go down as one of the best that's ever played statistically at Wisconsin, and obviously his impact on and off the floor has been tremendous. But also he does, as you mentioned, we have a lot more pieces around him that can come to his aid and his assistance. So I think that's a natural progression, that when you have a new group together on the floor, that the older guy, the more experienced guy, carries more of the load early. I think we saw more balance as we went through the year, and then started to balance out a little bit as we've worked into February. But I know he's excited about the guys that are around him this year, but also we understand how much of an impactful player he is and how good he can be, and we'll definitely try to utilize him the best we can. But he's got great teammates around him too.
Any other questions for Coach Gard? We have one on the third row here, Jacqueline.
Marcus Fuller, Star Tribune, Minneapolis Star Tribune. Coach, can you talk about the offseason for Brad Davison? Obviously, he had shoulder injuries last year and was able to overcome that, through a lot of playing through pain. But what kind of development do you hope that he makes this year, obviously healthy?
Well, I think obviously you mentioned the shoulder injury he had repaired right away as soon as our season was over last March. And he's gone through an extensive rehab process, and he's back full go right now and doing some really good things. I think the thing that jumps out about Brad is that shines with him everywhere is his personality, his leadership ability, his communication ability, and how he relates to whether it's upperclassmen, players about his age, student athletes that are younger, how he's kind of taken the freshmen under his wing. So just his personality that everybody kind of sees on the floor is the same thing that resonates throughout the other courses of his day and hours of his day. So he's impactful in so many ways. His fingerprints were all over the improvement and how we played at the end of the year. And I know he's excited to be healthy and to have, as I mentioned with talking about Ethan, having guys returning around him that can utilize the experience that they gained last year and put us in position to have a great experience this year.
On our left, Coach.
Coach Martin Soares from Basketball Society. Can you talk about just the motivation from the guys and from the program after last year not making the tournament in 20 years? Can you just talk about the atmosphere and the motivation coming into this season and what that feels like for the team?
Yeah, I think you utilize and you reflect and you learn albeit quickly, on what we went through last year, and you utilize those experiences to improve yourself and to grow. And this group has done a terrific job of kind of harnessing what we went through last year, learning from it, how they were able to play down the stretch and play pretty well. And now how do you take all those experiences and utilize those and through the off season, the summer obviously, but also getting back here this fall and getting into drills and official practices was started last week. And they do have, there's an experience level that they went through last year that's created an edge to them and created a competitive drive internally. And with having more guys back and more healthy bodies, it's made practices much more competitive. So we're in a position where we have more bodies. So that in itself raises the level just by how we're able to compete and practice with each other. So, it's a learning experience. It's something that obviously you go through and you become better on the other end of it because of it. So, but this group has done a good job of keeping things in perspective and understanding how they can utilize that experience, and they have done that. They've put themselves in position to grow upon what they went through last year and learn and improve, and we're looking forward to that.
Coach Greg Gard, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.